What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. I hope you like what you see. If you like short films, I do create short films. I am a writer, producer, actor. Please check out my short films. Let me know what you think. Leave a thumbs up if you like them. Leave a thumbs down if you don't. I'd rather you just didn't, but if I'm going to tell you to leave a thumbs up and there's a thumbs down button, I'm just asking you to be honest. Give me a critique, both positive, that can help me, and what's negative about any of my projects. Because, you're going to find those. But I'm always up for, critique and learning to do better, what things I could have done, which, I over time know for myself or through others. But if you're first time watching it, I don't mind seeing it. Always keep it professional, and please do enjoy my short films. I do put a lot of effort into creating the best that I can do. For the most part, most of my films have really been on my own. Some have been with the help of others, but it's been most of the time a small crew. But please check that out, as well as any of my spoiler movie reviews that I have done for other projects. If you've seen these films, please check out those spoiler reviews as well. Let's have a conversation. Do you agree with anything I've said? What is your take on the films itself? What did you like the films? Did you not like the films? What you would have preferred to have seen in said films? Let's get straight to this one. This movie spoiler review: Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, starring Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, and Renee Jean Page. I might have jacked his name up, and Hugh Grant. And pretty much most of the characters, save for Sophia Lillis, well, most of the characters know each other, except for, I guess, Renee Jean Page's character, who didn't pretty much know Justice Smith's character, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez. They all know each other. They all got played by Hugh Grant's character, who lied about, he was working with the Red Mage, and he got them trapped and they were in jail for years. And he ended up raising Chris Pine's daughter, Hugh Grant's character, and he made all this money because he was working with the Red Mage. And basically, Justice Smith's character, the Mage, he pretty much has been making a living by stealing, by performing acts, it seems. And they run into him, and they end up having this plan to get the daughter back, and also get back this artifact that can bring back his wife, who's dead, Chris Pine's character. And in the process, Justice Smith's character, the Mage, meets the Druid, Sophia Lillis, who he apparently likes, and she ends up involved helping them. And they run into Renee Jean Page's character. His name I just keep jacking up. I apologize. But they run into his character, and he helps them for a bit, and he goes off, and then they make the plan to infiltrate the town, or I don't want to say kingdom. Is it a kingdom? But infiltrate Hugh Grant's, place with a daughter, get her back, and let the people know that he's or pretty much get his riches that he's pretty much stolen, and put it out for the people in the town, kingdom, not village, but town and kingdom. Get it to them before the Red Mage can actually conjure up this magic or this thing that will turn all these townsfolk into minions of her boss, like this evil dead looking zombie looking thing, and they turn into like these zombie like creatures. But anyways, they eventually stop him and her, the Red Mage, and well, actually he goes to jail, Hugh Grant's character, and he tries to escape the same way Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez did, by jumping out the window using a bird creature for his flight, so that unbeknownst to him, they throw him out the window with them so that he can fly them to safety. Even though Michelle Rodriguez, or I guess it was Chris Pine that was doing it, but I guess it was for both of them, they were going to be pardoned anyway to not have to stay in jail, and they pretty much messed that up and tried to escape anyway, which they did. And then Hugh Grant's character later on tries to do the same thing, but because of what happened with Chris Pine's character and Michelle Rodriguez's character, they built the wall on the window, and he doesn't escape. He hits the wall. But other than that, it did feel like a Dungeons and Dragons film. And when I say film, is that there are a lot of things that you see that remind you of the game itself, the gameplay, because it's a dice game, and I've never played it. I would like to, but I don't have anyone that I've met that I would play that with, that would play it, or just I don't think I have the time to play that anyway, dedicate myself to playing a game and leveling up, because you have to meet up all the time, and I guess you create a story. There's so many things that I just am confused with it, but from what I know, especially the Magic the Gathering card games that had Dungeons and Dragons as part of that it felt like a Dungeons and Dragons the movie, better than the one that came out with Jeremy Irons and Marlon Wayans. What, 2000? I think it came out. That was trash, too campy for me. I mean, this one, Honor Among Thieves, was comical. One of the things that my father would have liked, because I saw it with him, he suggested, or not suggested, he would have wanted it to be more serious. And I'm guessing in the vein of Lord of the Rings. And to be honest, that's what I was hoping. But I knew from the trailer we weren't going to get that. But I knew we were going to get something better than what we got from the previous films. Because, after that one, they came out with, I think, 2 more sequels straight to DVD or something like that. But this one, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I would have liked serious. I think that's my only gripe with it. But for what it is, I did enjoy it. And I would like if they do a sequel, hopefully the same characters, or if it's a whole new character, that it just has that same feeling that this one has, Honor Among Thieves. Because if you go from comical and then if it just to serious, it just wouldn't feel right. So I think it should just keep the same tone of, it's a bit of comedy, but it's not dumb campy comedy. The acting I think was great. It doesn't seem like the acting is, for Jeremy Irons' character, to me, in that version of Dungeons and Dragons, I thought he was trying too hard, like, to be like this villain. I don't know. I hated his character. He's a good actor. I've seen his films, many other films, but I hated him in Dungeons and Dragons. I think it was campy and he was just trying too hard. But this one, I think everything was just right. He had good actors. So I know most of the actors from different projects. The only one that I've never seen in any project, well, that's not true. I didn't see him in Bridgerton, Renee Jean Page, but he was in that other movie with Chris Evans and the Armis. Not Ghosted, that just came out. It was another one that they did. That I think I did a review on that. I think he had a small role in that. I think he was the villain, actually. But he's a good actor. And, again, Sophia Lillis. I've seen Justice Smith. Of course, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez. So I really liked it a lot. I think it's an entertaining film. If you like fantasy, adventure type films, you will get that here. You got a lot of special effects, CGI, which I think is done awesome. I think they did a great job with it. A lot of people, they talk about CGI and that it looks bad and this and that. And it's like, what do you know? I feel like people just complain. Just to complain, it's too much CGI. Like, well, how are we going to achieve a lot of the things that you see if you don't have CGI? So I don't get it. I defend Quantumania, Ant-Man. People complain with Ant-Man. I liked it. I don't know. I liked it better than the second Ant-Man film. But this isn't about Ant-Man. But yeah, I really like Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I just think it's a good Dungeons and Dragons film. It's fun. It's not too campy like the other one. It doesn't take itself serious, but it's not meant to take itself serious. It's Dungeons and Dragons. It's based off of a board game or a game in general, dice game. And it's just a fun movie. You got great characters and you're there for the ride and just enjoy it. I mean, if you're looking for Lord of the Rings, this isn't Lord of the Rings. It's not that serious and it's not that epic. And me, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. But it is another adventure film, fantasy adventure film that I haven't seen in a while, based off the films that have been coming out of that nature, that I appreciated it and look forward to more, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or just something else in general. I'm looking for more fantasy adventure films, and I think Dungeons and Dragons definitely fills that appetite for a fantasy adventure film. And again, you have great actors, great cast, great characters, and I think it's just enjoyable. If you go in there just to have fun, I think you will have fun and actually like it, and not just laugh and because it's a bad film, but actually enjoy it because it's funny. It's also an interesting film, and the cast is great, and the environments are all great. So I think you can check that out. What was great, what I did expect was going to happen when they wanted to, again, Chris Pine wanted to resurrect his wife with that artifact. I knew Michelle Rodriguez was going to get it because she ends up dying, and I knew they were going to use it to bring her back, especially because she was more of a mother figure to his daughter than the mom, because the mom had already passed away before, when the daughter was a baby. So Michelle Rodriguez was more of a mother, and I knew they were going to go that route, that Chris Pine's character would have realized that they did that. So again, this is a spoiler review, so if you've seen the film. But if you haven't seen the film, you're here knowing it's a spoiler review, so It's not a spoiler, but I did expect that, and again, it was just fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking for another Dungeons and Dragons film that follows after this, hopefully. And I would like to see the same characters, or if it doesn't follow the same characters, maybe one of the characters, or just a whole brand new cast of characters. But I really feel like if they're going to do a sequel, they would do a sequel to kind of bring back Renee Jean Page's character, because I don't remember him in the ending, but I know he goes off at one point, and I feel like he was just a character that's like, we'll bring him back for the next film. So yeah, that's my take on that. Look out for my next movie spoiler review, Fast X, and yeah, let me know what you think. Did you see Dungeons and Dragons? What was your take on it? One of my favorite scenes was the whole maze, and they jump into the jelly blob thing, which, like in the games, it pretty much eats your flesh, and they had to jump in there to escape the other creature. I forget the name of that creature. And the druid pokes us, like, she was able to reach out to poke out of the jelly to turn into snake, so that she can get out the jelly and get them all out in time from getting, sucked dry into bones. So if you had to think about something as, let's say, that was happening in real life, and you're like, oh, we just gotta jump in there, trust me, I'm gonna get you guys out. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, because what if it doesn't, you don't get to get yourself out, and then we're all dead. So it's like, I like moments like that when you think, like, what if I was in that position? Would I do it? Because it's either I die now or I die in a little bit from, slowly from getting sucked dry. Well, it was pretty much fast, I guess, because one of the guys was in there, he was trapped. But it wouldn't have been as fast as them getting eaten by that creature. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you think. That is my movie spoiler review for Dungeons and Dragons. And yeah, 2 thumbs up for me. I really enjoyed it. Till next time, again, Fast X is my next movie spoiler review. And yeah, follow me for more movie spoiler reviews and independent short films. Please check those out. Until next time, later.